only you could craft a bow like this, but what would it even create? Probably something like this, which is my bow renamed to Dinnerbone. New feature in my texture pack, simply rename a bow and an anvil, any bow, to Dinnerbone or Grumm, right? Works the same way, same name, works for the Easter egg, right? Everyone's familiar with the Easter egg, where if you rename a mob to Grumm or Dinnerbone, it flips it upside down, works on any mob, and I thought, why doesn't it work for all tools? So this is a bow, renamed to Dinnerbone, and let's charge it up, and it actually pulls back the wooden part, which is, you know, ridiculous, of course, makes no sense, but there you go, a bow renamed Dinnerbone now creates this fully functional, silly range weapon for you to use, and you might have seen it on my hotbar already. I have a Totem of Undying renamed to Jeb, and it starts to fade through all the dye colors, right, in a rainbow fashion. Well, more than a rainbow, because there's 16 dye colors. Of course, that's the same as renaming a sheep to Jeb. It makes a rainbow sheep, and I've made it available for all of these items right here. So if you reach the end game for Minecraft, you have Netherite, you can start to rename your tools. I mean, you can also rename a Dinnerbone, right? That's the point. And it flips it upside down, really silly. But the showcase part of this video is definitely gonna be about the Jeb rename. Look, a rainbow sword, isn't that cool? Very simple, works in vanilla. You just get the texture pack, and you get a bunch of cosmetic named variants like this one. And other than that, it's just a normal sword. You can hit mobs with it, you enchant with it, just constantly changing in your inventory. Let's do it for all the other tools, see what it looks like. I've even done it for fishing rods. Why not? Flint and steel, they become Jeb. And if you have a shield with a banner on it, this is the world with the Barely Default data pack, where we add a bunch more banner patterns. So let's pick a cool one that we added, like this one. This is obviously a really cool one. And you have a shield renamed Jeb. You can still craft it with the banner, and it creates a banner shield with a rainbow rim. So that's a new type of banner decoration you can now have. You simply need a shield, rename it, put a banner on it, and then, you know, wham, a rainbow banner. So that's probably pretty used for decorative purposes. Obviously, these named variants are really cool if you're making a custom armory, right? If you have multiple weapons for different occasions, right? Pick your favorites. And if you're into this RGB vibe, have it for all tools. Why not, right? If you're gonna have a peak tool that you're working on, or a recovery compass that you have in a chest, right, in case you die, it's extra noticeable now, right, because of the rainbow colors, maybe easier to spot. And then you have a renamed lodestone compass that is now rainbow. Very fancy. Rainbow crossbow, I mean, you get it. I'll still show it off because I think it's really cool, but yeah, everything rainbow. There, it's basically it. And it's all synchronized animation, so all the items animate at the same rate. The shield as well, I gotta say, is just really pretty. It'll be really imposing, recognizable, and iconic, unless everybody loves it, because then everyone's gonna use it, right? But it's there now, right? Rename any tool to Jeb, and it works. Even your little flint and steel, and look, if you right click with flint and steel, texture changes. It works too for the rename. So a pretty big update to the pack, a lot of new named variants, and a complete set to get. And also just building on a deeply OG Minecraft Easter egg. The Jeb sheep is super iconic, and it's honestly, I feel like I should have had this sooner. Now that I'm looking at all this, like, this seems so logical, right? Having Jeb and Dinnerbone items. And as you can see, I've been kind of using shelves kind of to make weapon racks, right? It's a big task, but I've been going over all my renames, setting their display settings so that in shelves that they look like this, which will be really good for making armories, right? You can just have a collection of your favorite weapons or even tools, just hang them on your wall like this. But this is also where the Dinnerbone rename might genuinely come in handy, because I've also flipped them around in shelves and such, and you can't rotate shelves. So even if you're just decorating with iron swords, you have a bit more variety there automatically, right? Which otherwise you couldn't have. And just for that, it's cool. I mean, this is also just a vibe, holding your sword like this, holding it backwards. You know, that's a legitimate vibe you might want. The crossbow, of course, also has a custom Dinnerbone model, where it draws back the wood just like the bow. Makes no sense, but here it is. Also good for banner shields. Rename those to Dinnerbone or Grumm, and you have an upside down banner, which is technically a unique vibe, right? That's something you could normally not do, so now you have every banner pattern can also be reversible if it's for a shield. So it feels like it should be pretty huge. I don't know if it's that big, but there you go. Now you know. You can have upside down banner shields. My texture pack is called Barely Default, which has all my changes, right? Like my new rose bushes. I changed the microphone a lot. I have a new grass pattern. There's like a subtle sort of noise map on grass. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, yeah, I tweak a lot of stuff with my pack, Barely Default. But I also have a pack that is just my cosmetic variants. And it's called Too Many Renames. And it will also feature these renames, alright? And the Jeb Totem of Undying has one more special Easter egg feature. So an Easter egg for an Easter egg, technically. Which happens on Jeb's birthday, which is the 18th of May. And I'm gonna change the code just to the day of today, right? So I can show this off. Because the 18th of May is Jeb's birthday, and on that day the Jeb totem will be a true Jeb totem, and it'll have red hair, little glasses, and a ponytail like a bun. You see that? So happy birthday to Jeb if you see this one. Now you know, forever, if you're using the Jeb rename. It's very dynamic, changes once a year, and don't tell anyone about that. That's our secret little Easter egg feature to the Easter egg feature. And finally, let's check out the spears update, where I've also included the Jeb rename, but for spears this time, only Netherite spears, right? So you get to the final tier and it unlocks more cosmetics, and I don't know what's going on with my game. I don't know if this is very good, but this is the spear snapshot for me right now. And yeah, the rename works, and this is not my pack, I'm pretty sure. So don't worry about these crazy graphics. That's currently also in the spear update. Otherwise, looking good. Netherite spear works. And alright, well, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Definitely like and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. It's a new feature on YouTube. You do it in the comment section somewhere. It's called hype, okay? Something you can try. And otherwise, just like and subscribe. And tell your friends about it, about the pack. Alright, my name is Mickey Joe, and bye.